Hey guys, welcome back. It's Mariah. Today I'm going to be doing my book haul for the month of March. I was not planning on having a book haul for March because I was on a book buying bin and I have probably 20 books here. So keep me in check. Now, from now on, April, I will not have a book haul. Book buying ban. I'm doing it. No more buying books, Mariah, because you have way too many on your TBR. I can't help it. Book Outlet had a sale and there were books I wanted to buy on Amazon, so that's what I did. Okay, so I'm going to keep this short. I'm not going to do very much synopsis on these because I do not want this video to be like a billion years long. So, and honestly, a lot of these video books I don't know much about. I'll start with what I got in my uppercase unboxing, which I was really excited for. And that is Hunted by Megan Spooner. This is a new release. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and that's about all I know about it, and I'm excited to pick it up. Just for TBR, I should be reading this month, so cross my fingers, I will get to it soon. And the next book I got, this I received from Julie Baby Jen over on her channel. I will link it down below. She had a giveaway, and it was a free book from Book Depository, and I won. So I chose Stuck in Jack the Ripper by Carrie Manukowski, and I've heard mixed things about this, but basically this is set in a time where Jack the Ripper is still alive, and the main character is kind of becomes obsessed with him, and I think tries to get in his head, so I heard mixed things, and I'm excited to figure out what I think for myself. The next 4 books I got on Amazon, one which I've already read, which I love very much, and that is Female of the Species by Mindy McGinnis. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. I love this book so much. I read it from the library so much. I liked it. I picked it up, and Mindy was actually at my library this past weekend, so I went ahead and got this signed, and it says, Mariah, trust your instincts, and then obviously she's like Mindy McGinnis, which that has a lot to do with this book, so I really enjoyed this, and now I have it to read whenever I want. And since I was going, I went ahead and picked up another book by hers, Amanda So Discreet. I haven't read any of her other books, and I wanted to pick it up, and she also signed this one as well, and this is Mariah Find Your Voice, so I'm guessing it has something to do with her finding her voice and finding herself, or maybe she like legitimately loses her voice. I don't really know what this is about, but I've heard good things about this as well. So, and because I have heard so much hype, and I loved the first Casey West book I read, picked up By Your Side by Casey West. This is about a girl who gets locked in the library with this boy, and I've heard like it's unrealistic because there's ways to get out, but still, it's cute, it's fun. I like Casey West's writing. It's very easy to get through, so I should be able to get through this soon as well. And the last book I picked up was To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. I've heard so many people tell me that Jenny Han is one of her their favorite contemporary writers. One of my friends, actually, I saw on her bookshelf on her Snapchat. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just picked up that book, and she told me this is my favorite author of all times. I've read this book many of times, so I'm excited to get in this series, and I know that the third one of this is coming out soon. So now on to Book Outlet. I will start with my first order, which was just kind of like I sold my car, so I had extra money, so I bought books. They're really cute. They're Puffin Classic editions. I don't really know what type of editions they are, but I loved them. I got Alice in Wonderland, Pippi Longstocking, which I've never read before, and Peter Pan. And they're all pretty short, and they're all really cute. The backs of them have little quotes on them, and the insides are different bright colored pages, and there's other ones, and these are gorgeous colors, and they're classics, and they're going to be so easy to read, and they're so cute. And I went ahead and got another classic. I got The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. This is the Platinum Edition. I don't really know what that means. I think it must be a limited edition. This was one of my favorite books. I read this in 8th grade, and I want to reread it. I read it the same year I read The Giver, and I just reread The Giver this past year, so I wanted to reread this one as well. I really enjoyed this, and it's just a great book. The book I picked up is Ferris by Marissa Meyer. These are the novellas of Queen Lavanna from the Lunar Chronicles. I think that you're supposed to read these after you read book 3. Someone let me know when I'm supposed to read this because I love reading novellas, and especially about villains, because you get into your head and it makes you like the villain a lot. I just finished the first book, so I do plan on getting to this soon. And the next book I picked up is Little and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins. I cannot wait to get into this. I loved the first book. I flew through it. I love the story. I can't wait to see what characters are in this and what new characters are in this. Because I know that it follows new characters, so I'm excited to see if I like them as much as I like the first characters. And then I got We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I don't know much about this, honestly. I've heard that it was good. Like, I think like a year or so ago. It got a lot of hype on the booktube. I heard it was pretty good, and it's a shorter book, so it's something I should be able to get through quickly. And the next book I picked up was strictly a cover by, and I have no idea what it's about. The 50/50 was books with the cover green because of St. Patrick's Day, and it's A Green Ancient Light by Frederick S. Durbin. And I got nothing for you. Not a thing. Except for I know I read the synopsis and it sounded interesting enough, and it doesn't look like a super long book, so. The next book I picked up is Denton Little's Death Date by Lance Rubin. I don't know what this is about either, but I've heard it's adorable and fun, and I just know that I've seen it before, so I put it in my cart really quickly, so, because that's just the impulse book buyer that I am. First order, the next one I got is The New Normal. This was another green cover by. This is an agenda for responsible living by David Wan. How to be responsible, which I need in my life. How about don't buy any more books? Well, it's up to being responsible, but who wants that? So, yeah, I need to start. I want to start reading more nonfiction, so I figured a self-help book. Let's work together to keep the planet healthy. Oh, about keeping the planet healthy. That'll be interesting. I really like reading nonfiction. I just don't get into it because I always have more fiction than I want to read. On to this. Oh, okay. These aren't even all the books I wanted to get. Book Outlet had a sale where they had free shipping, which has never happened before, and the shipping is kind of pricey there, so I was like, yes. Shipping costs about as much as 2 books cost, so. And it had 15% off, so I stocked up in my cart, and then when the time hit, I actually worked third shift the night before, so I had to set my alarm for I set my alarm for that time, but I didn't wake up till 30 minutes after, and by that 30 minutes, 5 or 6 of the books I had in my cart were not available anymore, which is fine. That's what I get for snoozing and losing, but I did still manage to pick up a decent amount. The first one I got is Fathers and Sons by Ivan Turgenev. This is a Penguin Classic Edition. I honestly don't really know much about what this one is. I've heard about it, but I've never read it, so I'm interested. I always really like to read classics, and I can't if I see a classic, I just can't turn it down. The next classic I picked up is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. I have never read this book either, and I of course want to. It's a lot thicker than I expected it to be. Oh my gosh, I can read this. Oh, I'm reading this for Tome Topple. Yes, yes. And I picked up as many Jane Austen books as I could, and I got Persuasion by Jane Austen. I have never, ever, ever read a Jane Austen book, and I've wanted to so bad that I just picked up 2 of them, which were the only 2 I saw, but I specifically was looking for Jane Austen. And these Penguin Classic editions are so cute, adorable, like this inside. So cute. And the other Jane Austen book I got was Emma, and this is a Barnes & Noble edition? Ooh. But I've heard that this is a lot of people's favorite Jane Austen, so I'm really excited that I got to pick this up. And I can't wait to read it soon. Still more classic-y things coming. The next one I got is Lord of the Flies by William Golding. This is the 50th anniversary edition. But I read this in high school, and it was something that I enjoyed, but I didn't feel like it was a lot. I had to study it. You know, this is one of the books that you'd study all of the meanings and everything in it. So I want to just read it for fun. Oh, look! It has illustrations. That's cool. I didn't look inside. Oh, that one's ooh, the shell. I want more pictures. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It is so pretty on the inside, and this maroon color is, ooh. This is kind of like a classic. It's a graphic novel of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and that's kind of nifty. I didn't know that it was a graphic novel. So cool, so I want to read it a lot, and I really am intrigued by this story, and the only thing I've ever actually seen of it is from Once Upon a Time. I haven't really looked into it. I mean, I know what it is, obviously, but the only story plot I've seen from it is from Once Upon a Time, so I'm excited to actually read the whole story. So the next 2 books I got are the first in the series, and I had originally got the 3rd one, but that was one of the ones that was taken from my cart, and that is The Kiss of Deception and The Heart of Betrayal. These are both by Mary E. Pearson. These are the first 2 books in the Ruminant Chronicles. I've heard amazing things about them, and they have maps in them, and I honestly have no idea what they're about at all. It's The Forbidden Wish by Jessica Corey. I'm not 100% sure how to say that. I know this is an Aladdin retelling, and it is blurred by Sarah J. Bass. I know it's with a twist. I think he loves the genie, I believe. I think that's the twist of it, but I've heard some good things about it. I haven't heard a lot about it, so I'm interested to pick this up, not having anyone else's opinion really attached to it. The next book I got is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I'm starting to discover that she has really thick books. I also don't know what this is about. I know it's a contemporary. I know that she's a well-known author, so I wanted to pick it up and form an opinion for myself. Next, I have Salt of the Sea by Jesus. It's a Petties. I am so excited to finally have this. This is a historical fiction novel, and I really don't know much about it besides the fact that I believe it has something to do with World War II. But no, I don't pay much attention when people give a synopsis of this, because this is something, historical fiction is something I like to go into blind, because you already know a little bit because of the history, but every single book I got in this haul is a book that I've been wanting. So it's like, shit. This is a paperback, and I'm kind of bummed because my other two are paperback and this is a hardback. But that's alright. But I got the third book in this series, and that's Island Happily Ever After. Again, I just hauled Lola and the Boy Next Door, so now I have the whole series and I should be able to finish it very soon. The next book I picked up is The Great Hunt by Wendy Higgins. Kill the Beast, Win the Girl. I don't remember. I remember someone had raved about it and said that this was one of their favorite books of all time, so I can't remember who it was. If I think of it, I will leave the link to their channel down below, but that is why I picked it up. Besides the fact that it's a gorgeous cover, I remember someone raving about this book. So, and the last book in my haul is The Love That Split the World by Emily Henry. Again, I don't remember much about this, but I've heard good things. And books that I tend to see a lot of that I don't really know much about are stuff that I tend to gravitate towards, because I want to form my own opinion on really popular books and let you guys know my opinions of them, whether or not they were really popular 2 years ago or they're really popular now. If it's a book that I have seen a lot of, it's something I hopefully want to pick up and read so that I can form an opinion and let you guys know. So there's all my books. That's a lot of books. I don't know how I'm going to do this thumbnail. I think I'm just going to have, yeah. Okay, that's it for this haul. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video.